The next and potential final map for Black Ops 6 Zombies is going to be Janice Towers. Every step of the way since the release of this game, we have known what every DLC map is going to be. We knew about the mansion, we knew about the tomb, we knew about the castle, which was Citadel Day More, and we knew about this map, the mansion, Shattered Vale, and we also know about DLC 4. Although there have been leaks as of late that we will actually be getting a 5th DLC map. Normally we get 4, so the next one would be the last one, but considering we are still pretty early on in this game's life cycle, it is only the beginning of April. If DLC 4 was going to be the last map, that would mean we've only got one more zombies map to come to last us, what, 5 or 6 months? So I would normally be skeptical about any rumours regarding a DLC 5, but it's become a very high possibility now, meaning the next map won't be the last one. We're going to be getting 2 more, and what's exciting about that is we know nothing about it. We don't have a leaked codename, we don't have a location, we have 0 information. That could tell us that it's not going to be happening. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see on that one, but we do know the next map, which is Janice Towers. That is the codename for the map. The official name will probably be different, and this is confirmed to us by Richtofen in the Shattered Vale ending cutscene.
Thank you, Major.
Fuck you!
Fair enough. We're not friends. We never will be. But we are running out of time. The ether reactors at Janus Towers must be close to melting down by now. Worse, I know what Sam really intends to do with the Sentinel artifact.
She said she wants to bring back Maxis.
No. Sam wants to be Maxis. To reconstitute and inhabit her body. She would have full control of the Dark Ether. Godlike power. She can still be stopped, but our window isn't long. So what's it going to be?
I trusted you once, and look where that got me.
I don't trust you at all. But a machine wearing Maxis' face. I'd die before I let that happen.
God damn it. Okay. You got a plan?
Always.
After we defeat the Z-Rex, which is the zombified dinosaur, Richtofen teams up with Maya, Grey, Carver and Weaver and says to them, we may not be friends, but time is running out. The ether reactors at Janice Towers must be close to melting down by now. And worse, he knows what Sam is going to do with the Sentinel artifact. It is going to take over her body. The Sam AI is going to attempt to become the real Samantha Maxis. But if it's successful, it will then have full control of the Dark Ether. And so we're going to Janice Towers to stop her. And you then see them walking towards it, which is literally just across the road. Which is crazy when you think about it. We've had 3 zombies maps, Liberty Falls, Shattered Vale, and now Janice Towers, that all take place within a mile of each other, all within Liberty Falls. So that's where we're going. What exactly is Janice Towers? Weaver and Revanov say this about it.
Richtofen built a high-tech fortress nearby. I don't know why he bothered with this old house.
That man never so much as took a shit without involving some secret plan. There's a reason this is ground zero for his latest cosmic fuck-up.
They describe it as being a high-tech fortress. You can actually see the map itself in Shattered Vale. If you use the Hellstorm, these screenshots are from Smokey on Twitter, but you get a good look at the map that you wouldn't be able to see normally. There's not only the reactors which are on fire, but there's also a lot of infrastructure on the ground as well. So how much of this map we're going to be able to play, how big it's going to be, I don't know. Because looking at it right here, the area looks massive. I would guess at least one of the towers is going to be a playable area and some of the ground locations as well. Thinking about it now, going back to some intel that we had in Cold War Zombies, which at the time was a hint towards Black Ops 6 Zombies, there was a document, a report to Richtofen regarding the process of a redacted test site, referring to a location in Black Ops 6 Zombies. It said it was a big week down here in West Virginia. Our cover story went live in the town of Liberty Falls, where the citizens were informed the nuclear power plant had experienced a tower failure and was leaking. At this time, most of the town had been evacuated and placed in lodgings 1 county over. We've established a disaster relief fund in coordination with the local government. The county is thankful for the generous donation from the Jerry Cats for Kids Foundation. We expect relocations and payments to begin in 2 weeks. As you predicted, a few locals weren't exactly keen on giving up their land and are asserting their rights as American citizens to protect their property. We'll see how they feel once we start construction on the wall. 3 additional venture companies have been established so we can begin to move supplies in, including a shipping company at the West Virginia Public Port Authority, which is crucial to the 5,000 tons of steel we are expecting to be delivered next week. We are still dealing with a shortage of boring machines on the East Coast, which is surprising. We are in coal country, which is now impacting the build schedule for our tunnel network. I'm seeing what we can do to acquire machines from the Midwest. Milwaukee and Indianapolis still owe us a favour, but it will take time to arrange. Lastly, this week was orientation week for our latest bunch of new hires. 53 scientists, 32 military personnel, 18 operations personnel, 4 custodians, and a partridge in a pear tree. We'll see how they make the month. Our retention rate is up 30% after the latest rounds. Improvements. That's all for now. Look forward to your arrival, sir. So this document in Cold War talks about construction in Liberty Falls, about how Richtofen shipped in 5,000 tons of steel, along with other supplies, to construct a wall and a tunnel network. There is a vast tunnel network under the mansion in Shattered Vale. That area is called the service tunnel and the supply depot. You can see Janus cars on fire everywhere, so I would assume this is the tunnel those boring machines created. However, the wall the document speaks of is, unless I'm being stupid, nowhere to be seen. So I would assume it was for the construction of his high-tech fortress, Janice Towers, which possibly has a tunnel network as well. For all we know, that tunnel network could link to this one under the mansion. What exactly Richtofen was doing there, what its main purpose was, we don't know. He set up multiple different facilities. Terminus Island was for cloning. He hired Modi to attempt to clone his son. When that failed, he then moved on to his current plan, which was to use the Sentinel artifact to manipulate prime materia to bring his wife and son back from the dead. However, that's now failed because we've given the Sentinel artifact to Sam. So whatever the true purpose of Janice Towers was, because there may be a purpose of it for Janice's board of directors, which seemed to be focused on energy research, but Richtofen's motives were different. So the exact reasons as to why and what he was doing at Janice Towers, we don't know yet. However, as a part of the story, we do know we will be seeing Panos and Blanchard in the next map.
This is John Blanchard reporting my preliminary sweep of Liberty Falls since the loss of our strike team. It doesn't look like planet Earth out here. Something is taking over. The air is heavy, almost corrosive. It hangs on everything. I feel like I'm choking just standing in it. I can barely think. Liberty Falls is gone. It's a boiling pot of chaos. We have to stop it from spilling over. Fucking Panos. What the hell did he do to my team? And who the fuck was he talking to? It's like he's possessed. He's part of the chaos now. Which means I have to stop him from spreading too. Motion-activated camera showed him arriving at Janice Towers right before it shorted out. Once I'm done here, I'll chase him down and put a bullet right in his crown.
Blanchard was Richtofen's chief of security. However, when the zombie outbreak happened, he assisted us in Liberty Falls, but in the end of that map, Panos, who was trapped within a pocket of the Dark Ether, manipulated us into helping him escape. But whilst he was trapped in the Dark Ether, he was talking to someone, and he made a deal with them saying, look, you help me to escape the Dark Ether, and in return, I'll help you find your friends. So upon completing that map's Easter egg, Panos switched positions with us. We became trapped in this Dark Ether pocket. He became free. And then, as you just heard Blanchard say, motion-activated cameras showed him arriving at Janice Towers. And Blanchard is going to chase him down. So both of those characters are in that map, and there's a high chance we're going to be seeing them through the Easter egg. Just going over the few leaks we have left for Black Ops 6, because a lot of what got leaked to us back in November, December time has already released now, so they're no longer leaks, it's actual content in the game. However, there are some other stuff. This was posted by Margwa Network back in January over on Twitter, where some of the enemies that were supposed to be coming to the game was the Mimic, which has turned out to be true, that's in the tomb, Hellhounds, we haven't seen them yet, and also Mecha Klaus. Klaus, of course, being a robot we saw in Cold War Zombies, who sacrificed himself, walking into the Dark Ether with a bomb and it blew up. We do actually have him as an operator in BO6, but a document that you can find in Shattered Vale I thought was a little bit suspicious when you put the two together, because it's regarding lore that we knew about in Cold War, this is something you would have expected to have seen in that game. So to see it in Black Ops 6 makes me a little bit suspicious, knowing what I've just read to you about Mecha Klaus, because it says, message, the inversion warheads are now at the bottom of the Philippine Sea thanks to the efforts of Maxis and Revanov. By failing your mission to procure them, you have gone from an asset to a liability. You are off my payroll and no longer afforded protection from Requiem. Now please open your door for my associate Klaus to finish the severance process. Richtofen. This document mentioning Klaus again, and then knowing Mecha Klaus is a rumoured enemy in Black Ops 6, makes me kind of suspicious that, hey, maybe in Janice Towers, we will be seeing Richtofen's associate Klaus as an enemy. Looking at some of the leaked perks, Double Tap, we've got that now. Mule Kick, Tombstone, I don't think we're ever going to see that because the director of Zombies said, well, basically it's one of the most hated perks in Zombies, so I can't see us getting that. Death Perception, we already have that as well, so that rules that one out. And then for the maps that were leaked, again, this was back in January, we've now had Dig Site and Mansion. Janice Towers is the only one remaining. At that time, they thought the Raygun Mark II was going to be the Wonder Weapon in that map, but of course, both the Wonder Weapon and the Raygun are the Wonder Weapons in Shattered Veil, so unless Trark are just going to reuse content, we don't know what the Wonder Weapon in Janice Towers is going to be, which is exciting. We had no idea we were going to be getting the Ice Staff in the tomb. I kind of hope we aren't getting another recycled Wonder Weapon and it's something new, but the fact that we have no clue what it's going to be is refreshing considering we've known every map and almost every bit of content up until this point. Like I mentioned at the beginning, because Black Ops 6's life cycle isn't even really halfway through and we are already on DLC 3, it would make sense for us to get 5 DLC maps, meaning 2 more. Maybe that's more wishful thinking and Janice Towers is really going to be the last one. It does kind of seem like it's all been leading up to this, with us now working alongside Richtofen and Sam having the Sentinel artifact. Surely the last thing for her to do is take Samantha's body and then we battle her. I can't think right now what would come after that for this game, because we know in Black Ops 7, which is the next one, the original characters are supposed to be returning, Richtofen, Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey. It feels like Janice Towers should be the last map, but from everything we're hearing, it's not. We just know it's definitely going to be the next one. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.